Hey everyone, it's your friendly neighborhood Nazith. We had some technical difficulties this week which kept us from recording a new episode. Instead, we've reached way back into the dark days of 2022 to bring you this fresh, visually remastered version of episode 15. So sit back, relax, and enjoy how far we've come.
We, the Tribunal of Weebtopia, have summoned you by sacrificing 2D acrylic standees and waifu pillows. Before you can be reincarnated into your ultimate form. You must answer our questions so that we can judge your weebitude. Commence.
I'm only a little creeped out. And by a little, I mean a lot. Okay.
We'll try harder next time.
Oh my god. Please don't.
Xenomon. There are usually certain archetypes of the Isekai protagonist. So you got plucky teen girls, loner teen boys, anti-heroes, reclusive men, and a group of Isekai children. Which one is your favorite and why? Okay,
I feel like you're missing out the crazy guy that gets reincarnated as a skeleton. So I'm gonna go with that one. It has to be he could just be Joe Blank for all I care, but as soon as they're reincarnated as a skeleton, their attitude and everything about them just flips on a dime. And I'm not talking about Overlord, I'm actually talking about Skeleton Knight in Another World, because damn, it's a good show. Guy drinks and smokes like a crazy, drinky, smoky person. But he's a skeleton, so he doesn't have to worry about it.
Wouldn't it just fall through his body?
Yes! And weirdly enough, his spirit companion sleeps in his ribcage.
Charming.
Yep, it's a good show, though. Genuinely a good show.
Alright, Xeno, you're an Isekai god. You can truck-kun anyone from a fictional setting to come and fix yo shit in your world.
Oh my god.
Who will be the most fun to bring over?
Damn. I don't want to be a stereotypical weeb.
You have failed.
Yeah.
We are judging your weebitude here.
Okay. Hear me out. Darth Vader. Because that guy can choke a bitch, right? I could just let Darth Vader do whatever he wants. He can watch whatever he wants. He can play games. I just very much imagine him to be much like Fafnir from Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. But then, while I'm on a call and someone asks me something stupid, I'll be like, hey, Darth, and then, or Annie or whatever, and just leans over and starts force choking them from afar. Yeah, Darth Vader.
Through the Zoom call?
Through the Zoom call! I'm trying, it's like, what's 1 + 1? Are you fucking real right now? So, yeah, what's 1 + 1? And like, force choke a bitch. Darth Vader. I also feel he'll be really low maintenance. I don't actually have to feed him or anything. Could you just imagine Darth Vader wearing a maid uniform? Yeah, that would be the best.
I can actually.
Are you gonna need like a converter to like plug him in so he recharges?
I mean, sure, he's plug and play. I can just put him USB-C slot,
Yeah, I was gonna say, does he have a USB power cord?
Yeah, of course, And I just hope he doesn't cost much on the electricity bills. Otherwise, I'll end up taking him to like the train station a lot. And just like, why is the power level just dipped massively in Birmingham? It's like, no reason.
That went places I wasn't ready for. X, come up with an isekai where the salaryman hits truck-kun, and truck-kun gets transported into the life of a race car, or what? Question mark.
Okay. So our salaryman, right? Brace yourself. 2005 called. Our salaryman is Chuck Norris.
Exactly.
Right? So when truck-kun is coming for our Chuck Norris salaryman, Chuck Norris salaryman just punches truck-kun with his beard fist, and then truck-kun gets transported to, and he gets isekai'd into Cybertron, right? He gets transported to Cybertron, where everywhere else is like an Autobot or a Decepticon. We have truck-kun here, just a mild-mannered truck trying to live their everyday life as a normal truck, right? And everyone else is like, oh, truck-kun, why don't you transform? And then truck-kun's like, being a mild-mannered truck, doesn't even talk about it, just the beeps and shit. But yeah, it's just, oh, truck-kun, you're such a rascal,
You're making me think of that scene in Rick and Morty when the ship pretends to be a transformer.
Does it? When?
Yeah.
She
It's,
blackmails.
she blackmails the kids
Yeah.
so she can find love.
You're supposed to be saving Rick instead of lying about him to steal his car.
I don't remember this at all.
Oh dear.
It's okay. Rick and Morty's not an anime, but that's a different fight.
Okay, Chuck Norris.
Xeno Yasha, you are transported into a feudal society through a dilapidated well, and you broke a mystical item. The pieces are scattered across the realm, and you have to put it back together. What is the item, and what is your strategy to collect all the pieces?
It's going to be a tin can, because I'm cheap. Wait, is the tin can magnetic? It's going to be an iron can, and it's going to be... I'll just go around with a metal detector. Just walking around. It's like, what are you doing? It's like, nothing. And the number of, what's it called, like, musket shot and, you know, broken swords and daggers and shit. Like, you know, just really throwing me off the track. But eventually, I'll find the 7 pieces of the tin can. And I'll
Musket shot in a feudal society.
Yeah, they had rifles.
Did they?
Well, towards the end they did. When America invaded. And they were like, Murr.
If you could see, I have a scowl on my face and I'm writing furiously on a clipboard looking at you.
Seems legit.
Alright, what's the most stupid ability or specialty that you can think of that an isekai protagonist could be given when reincarnated, which you haven't seen in anime yet, but you think might actually happen at some point, like in a real anime?
This is difficult because the majority of the stupid abilities have already been covered.
I don't know about that.
I mean, okay, think of an ability and I'll tell you which anime it comes from.
You can make tea really, really, really well.
That's not an ability.
I said ability or specialty.
Sorry. Okay, breathing. Just like, what kind?
No, well, yeah, specialty as in it's something that you bring to this world that other people around you can't do, except stupid.
So the problem is, there is the anime, The Executioner in a Way of Life, which is all about people that have been isekai'd from Japan, and it's just full of like modern day technology. So
oh wow.
Yeah. Weirdly enough, sports are never featured in an isekai.
Ah.
How did I know?
No. I mean, like,
It's only a matter of time before sports.
Subject is becoming combative, and
I'm not trying to. I'm not being like. I mean, fuck. There's even like ones with like, look at Gate. You know, Gate has computers, tanks, Apache helicopters. Like, fuck.
Oh,
what?
I mean, I'm not saying it's already been done. I think your answer is valid, the sport thing. But I was just thinking, if Final Fantasy X was an anime, it would be an isekai where the specialty of the isekai person is sporting abilities. So that's kind of hilarious.
Well, I haven't played 10.
Ah.
I decided I'd stop after 8 when I went back to school.
You never played 9?
No, I didn't like 8.
No one likes 8 apart from me. It's fine. No, but 9 is the best.
the subject refuses to comply with questions. Oh, sorry, my turn. Z, Isekai is a fairly new genre in the grand history of motion picture. What's the next popular genre going to be? And you cannot say sports.
Damn it. Well, it's already popular. Stupid Haikyuu. I can't say superheroes either. Stupid Marvel. Can't say grimdark. It's not a genre. Could I say sci-fantasy?
You mean science fiction that already exists?
No. Science fantasy where, like, the fiction, like, where's the engine? Fuck knows! The ship's too small to have an engine, but it flies anyway.
Talking about steampunk?
No, I'm talking like the Millennium Falcon. The Millennium Falcon has literally no space for an engine, yet it has one.
That's just not sci-fi.
And the engine's on the back. Have you never seen the Millennium Falcon?
Have you never seen an engine?
It's a big glowy thing on the back. Hello?
That's the exhaust!
Anyway.
It's powered on the Force, secretly.
Subject continues to be combative and won't answer questions directly.
I know, I'm gonna answer, okay? Give me a chance. I'm gonna say doctors, like general practitioners, like, you know, specialists, like surgeons, you know, hospitals, or, you know, local doctors, you know, in very different magnitudes of different scopes, where you can be fantasy based, you can be sci-fi based. No, you can be sci-fi based, and there's like this weird, it's a medical drama, right? Medical drama anime, right? Of different archetypes. I mean, we've started to see that with Monster Girl Doctor, right? Where's the next Doctor? Space Doctor cures space from its space cancer.
I'd watch that.
Doctor Who?
We don't talk about Doctor Who.
Oh, okay.
Magic Knight Ray Xeno. Which subgenre of isekai do you prefer? Transported back in time or transported into a fantasy game or novel?
Fuck. The problem is there are so many highs and lows in both genres, and it's just like I kind of want to say if it was just the generic fantasy setting like Konosuba, that's fine as long as we took out the stupid ass game elements. Like, oh, we rely on you to know how this all works, but you haven't defined anything. Yep. So how are we gonna know it's gonna work? Like, yep. But the time travel one is like wait, does Steins Gate count as an isekai? I'm gonna say it does. Yeah, this is difficult. I'm gonna have to do it. I have to go for the fantasy game weird world setting as opposed to just the time travel. I just want to risk it for a biscuit. I want the Konosuba setting. I just love it so much. I want season 3. Goddammit.
Okay, what's the worst thing about your least favorite isekai anime, and how would you fix it?
What? Fuck. What is my my least isekai anime? Fuck.
If you can't think of it, just one that you don't like. I'm sure there are plenty.
That's the problem.
Overlord.
There's loads.
It's Overlord. You always shit talk Overlord.
Just I do over shit talk. Okay, so the problem.
It's my favorite and you hate it, so just say Overlord.
Have you seen? Yeah, okay, fine. No, my fucking least isekai is fucking Isekai Cheat Magician. I fucking hate that show.
Oh, there you go. I think we can agree on that one.
Yeah, that guy has no personality to him whatsoever. I remember all the side characters more than I remember the main protagonist, right? His job is just to be OP as fuck. Right? He's not mysterious in any ways. He's just he's basically a walking tactical noob. It's why aren't you just taking over the world? I don't know.
Would you say it's worse than Slime?
Yes.
I can never remember the name of it.
That time I got reincarnated as a slime. Yeah.
So boring.
Yeah. So it was Slime. Okay, so the first season of Slime I liked, right? But it did get a bit weird. It got a bit slow towards the end, right? Second season of Slime I never finished. Luz watched 8 episodes in a gazebo meeting. It's in all honesty, this is a shameless plug. Go check out this week's Senpai cast, which should have released yesterday on youtube.com/Senpai, where we review the half-season review of Spring 2022, where we have the second season of Rising of the Shield Hero. I fucking hate it. And I love the first season. The second season is such a train wreck. But Isekai Cheat Magician, just utter garbage.
But how would you fix it?
Oh, by making the main protagonist actually have a personality and not be OP as fuck.
To be fair, that is the fix to most isekai, so I'll take that.
Yeah.
Just fucking work for it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Zen, explain how the actual act of being isekai'd works in non-magical terms.
Okay. So what happens is when you're about to die, time is frozen and you are duplicated, and the original is transported to an extra-dimensional plane. The duplicate, which has no mind whatsoever, it's just effectively a glorified clone, gets hit by the truck and you're dead, right? Or that's dead, rather. The original gets transported to an interdimensional plane where there it is decided your fate. Now, this is typically done by some kind of 3-headed lizard deity. But most of the time the human psyche can't handle this, and that is purged from the mind. Otherwise, they end up getting transported into the isekai world, and they're just screaming for the next 3 weeks. So often that's just purged from the mind. Then we've got the lizard deity, the 3-headed lizard deity. It works kind of like a clerk, so in charge of all the different worlds and things, and looks at the population numbers of the different worlds, tallies up the number of people from Japan to the number of people that are originally from that world. Make sure that there is a 1-to-10 ratio, so if there's too many original denizens, then it will push you into that world to try and bring the numbers back to level, which is often the problem with the Executioner and her way of life, because in that world, the original denizens are constantly killing the isekai characters. So, like, 90% of the people that get isekai end up in that world only to get killed off again. And then you get, beamed down to that new world with your memories wiped because you can't remember the three-headed lizard deity.
That is a fantastic answer. And I have one corollary that you actually brought up.
Well,
can you only be isekai in Japan?
Yes. It's a huge problem.
Is there a specific prefecture or anything? Or?
No. Any prefecture of Japan, right?
Okay.
But has to be on Japanese. I can't tell you about being over Japan. I think Japanese airspace also counts, but has to be in Japan.
Could you be in space over Japan?
No, but I think you could be of Japanese nationality and it still work.
What about on the seas?
Japanese seas still count
Okay.
because the airspace
International
still
waters,
counts.
or you have to be close to shore?
Japanese waters. Can't be international waters.
Thank you.
That was enlightening. Thanks.
Very specific.
That feels like very bullshit, but yeah, okay.
That time I got reincarnated as a Xeno.
Woo!
If you had to be reincarnated into a game as a mob enemy, what fantasy monster would you choose to be reincarnated as? And what would your strategy be to overcome the limitations of your new form and prevent getting slain by the protagonist?
Don't say goblin, don't say goblin, don't say goblin, don't say goblin, don't say goblin. Bahamut, right? Because typically the dragon will join the side of the heroes. Or, because the dragons normally get murdered, at least I'll get to take out shit tons of humans first. Yeah. This battle will be legendary! Yeah, I'm thinking dragon. If I can't specifically be Bahamut. If I can be Bahamut, I will be Bahamut. Of that fantasy world. If it's a sci-fi world, I'll still be Bahamut.
Taking notes. Subject has delusions of grandeur.
Also, dragons, hoard of riches. I mean, kind of goes hand in hand. That Rick and Morty I do remember. No soul bonding. Not into that shit.
Actually, you mentioned a sci-fi setting. What's radically different genre from like the typical fantasy kind of genre would you think would work well to spice up the isekai anime space right now? Like things like, I don't know, horror, mystery, science fiction, that kind of thing. And bonus question, if that already exists in a few of those examples, do you recommend any?
So I strongly recommend, say the whole sci-fi or sci-fantasy sort of thing. I still argue Star Wars is sci-fantasy because, I mean,
it is.
You can't science the Force. You can't explain that at all.
Well, let's just say it was a bad idea to science the Force. So let's leave it at that.
What are midichlorians?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
And I think like sci-fi, sci-fantasy, a good show that was actually written by the same guy that did Konosuba is Combatants Will Be Dispatched, where actually sci-fi people get transported to a fantasy world, and
that's like the opposite of what
I know it's the opposite one. I'm still going to recommend it. It's a good series.
Okay.
I can't think of another instance where anyone gets transported to sci-fi because, like, weirdly enough, everyone wants to be in a position of of superiority whenever they get transported, and it's just like, well, why can't I be in a position of I want to learn new shit? I want to explore fucking space!
That being said, if you were someone with magic that got isekai'd into a very non-magical sci-fi kind of setting, that could be kind of cool too. Because it'd still be like the power fantasy, but a very different type.
Yeah. Well, another isekai that was actually pretty good was Knights and Magic, but it only got like one season, and don't know why, but basically this kid ends up creating a magic gun. It's like, I don't like this wand shit. This wand is stupid. Can I make a custom one? Yeah, sure. He makes a fucking rifle. Like, yeah, if I had magic, I would make a spaceship. I would magic up a spaceship, right? It's like, to space.
Question over.
It's been decided.
Xenog, every time we approach this subject matter, I am forced to ask you in a different way, why shield hero? You may not use any reason that you've used in the past.
I don't know why you reason. Raftalia, best girl. I hope I haven't used that before.
You said that last time.
Damn it! Because the leveling system is clever and cunning, and the guy has to start from level 1, as opposed to being top level with all the stupid spells and bullshit, and can spend 10 minutes casting all the fucking spells under the sun before he actually fights the vampire.
Okay, good answer.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a fucking pot shot at Overlord again.
Listen, never mind. Moving on.
No game, no Xeno. If you had to be isekai'd into a board game universe a la Jumanji,
Oh god.
which game would you choose?
Oh god. Oh man, I get so bored playing board games. StarCraft. I play the StarCraft one. I get my sci-fi in. Yeah.
There's a StarCraft board game? I know there's a StarCraft-themed version of Risk.
No, I don't think this is the same thing. I don't think it is. If you want an original themed game, as in not like, just with branding something. Oh, fuck, what board games? Mousetrap. Mousetrap.
Get reincarnated as a mouse.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Mousetrap.
Maybe it's the guy diving into the bucket.
Oh my god. Oh man. Oh, it could be my moment. Anytime now, I'm going to dive into this bucket. Oh, yes.
But why?
This is the only one I can fucking think of.
You could go into the board game Sorry.
What's that?
Monopoly?
Monopoly be good.
Oh god, no. No, it wouldn't. Monopoly, that's just life, right? Oh, here's an eviction notice. Go move somewhere else.
No, life is a completely different board.
No. Like real life. Not life. Not original life. I'm talking about life.
Second Life?
IRL. Okay.
Okay. Why are isekai stories so popular? Wrong answers only.
Because Sword Art Online is good.
Subject remains super competitive.
I mean, to be fair, isekai existed for a long time before it got popularized as a genre with Sword Art Online. But yeah, it's because Sword Art Online is good, and we don't have enough of them. Every single one of them is completely unique. No two are the same, and they spec into so many genres like science fiction, sports, cooking, heist, tournament shows, superheroes. Yeah, it's, such grandeur that can be had with isekai. That is why it's the best.
We said wrong answers only.
Oof.
Xenogel, all of your patrons get to vote on how you are isekai'd. How does it happen, and where do you end up?
They will vote for me driving a truck, getting sideswiped by a bus onto train tracks, turned over onto train tracks, and then getting hit by a train. And I would end up...
Wow.
I don't know why. In a fantasy setting where I'm in a dome city that's under the ocean and I can't get out and I'm by myself.
All by yourself.
All by myself. A heartless bastard.
Are they just trying to get rid of you now?
It feels like it.
Sounds really bad.
Yeah, they don't love me.
Okay, after assessing your responses and Tan's notes, we have determined that the most suitable outcome is for you to be sent back to your world. Sorry about the broken ribs, and when you wake up, please give Truck-kun some gas money for the wasted trip.
Gas money.
Money.
Gas money.
Gas money.